What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to tell you about all the books that are on the book outlet website at this moment that I have read and loved. So as you guys know, I am a book outlet vlogger friend, which means that they work with me on certain types of videos in exchange for using like a gift card on their website, so that way I can buy books and do like book hauls for you guys. But for today's video, I'm actually not doing any type of book haul. I wanted to tell you about all of the books that I've already read and loved that are on the book outlet website as of today. I do want to emphasize that obviously the books that are on their website right now might not be on their website, you know, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, even maybe tomorrow, because some of them are in low stock, some of the ones that I'm talking about. And so if you want to be able to go get those books, like, you need to head on over to the website. I have my link down below in the description box for you guys to use. So click that link, head on over to the website and go ahead and place your order right now, because they actually have a 15% off sale going on right now. But also, you don't know how long these books are going to be in stock. There are definitely other books that I've read that have been on the book outlet website before, but they are sold out at the time being, so I didn't want to share those with you guys. I'm only sharing books that are in stock currently and books that I have read and loved from like a 4 to a 5-star rating. I believe there is one book, maybe two, that I did only give 3 stars that I still wanted to tell you guys about because they're like really popular and really hyped and a lot of people loved them. So I didn't want to just, you know, not tell you about it, that it's on book outlet, just because I didn't enjoy the book so much. But all the other books I talk about are some of my favorite reads. So I'm only going to give a very small synopsis for all of these because there is a huge long list of books on their site. And so I don't want to get too much into detail with the synopsises and then have this video go super long. If you're not familiar with Book Outlet, they are a online like book distributor. So what happens is when other bookstores get like a huge amount of one book, they send them on over to Book Outlet to be able to be sold for a discounted price. So that's why not all the books are going to be constantly in stock. They're always getting different books in stock. These books are all super cheap compared to even buying on Amazon or in a bookstore, and so I highly recommend you guys checking Book Outlet out. You can do $5 flat rate shipping for anything under $35, or you can do over $35 and get free shipping, which is what I always do. I always like, you know, add to my wish list, like, or the cart or whatever on Book Outlet, and then I try and put an order in like before all those things go out of stock, but I try and get it always above $35 so that way I get free shipping. Okay, so first off, we're gonna talk about The Perfect Mother, which is $3.30 right now on the Book Outlet website. This is a like domestic thriller. I read it a couple years ago, but I remember giving it 4 stars, and I liked it because it was about these mothers. And you know how there's like this whole like dynamic with mothers where like, you know, they always want to like shame each other. Well, these mothers kind of form like a little, it's like not really a friend group, but like kind of a friend group, but then they're also kind of like shaming each other behind the scenes. Well, I think there's like a missing mother or a missing child or something. So it was actually a pretty good thriller. The only thing I didn't like was the ending of how it turned out, so that's why I gave it 4 stars instead of 5 stars, but I still think a lot of people would love the book, and of course it's super cheap on Book Outlet. The next book is The Couple Next Door, and I actually remember liking this book a lot. I think I gave it 5 stars. I read it like all in one day at the beach a couple years ago. This book is $6.45 right now on Book Outlet, and this is also about a missing child. I think those are like thrillers that I really like. This is a thriller about a missing baby, and I think the mother and the father, everyone's suspicious of them because they were like the only ones that were in the house when the baby went missing. So I remember loving that book. I thought it was super fast paced and I highly recommend it. So next up we have To All the Boys I Loved Before, but this is actually the boxed set, so it comes with all 3 books of the series. This is only $12.82 for the whole box set, which is such a good deal. And this is actually one of the only like young adult series I completely read and finished. And I remember, I think I gave 5 stars to the first book, and then I think like 4 or 3 stars to the other 2 books of the series, but I also read them just a couple years ago, so I'm, you know, an adult. I'm not a young adult. I know that a lot of people have loved this series, and so maybe if you have like a teenager you want to buy for, you can get these books. But they're really, really cute, and even the movie on Netflix is really cute, but that's a great deal for 3 books. Next up is The Girl on the Train. It's $5.51 right now on Book Outlet, and I actually personally loved this book. I know a lot of other people didn't. I give this book 5 stars, and I think it's a lot better than the movie adaptation that they made. This is about a girl who rides on this train, obviously, obviously, and she sees these people that live in this house like on her commute to work on the train all the time, and she sees them so much that she thinks that she like knows them. Like I think she even names them in her head, and then she sees something happen. And so I thought that this book was really thrilling. I loved it, highly recommend. Next up is The Breakdown, and it is $6.45 on Book Outlet. This is B.A. Paris's second book, and I didn't love it as much as like her first, which is Behind Closed Doors, and it's not on Book Outlet anymore, unfortunately. But this still was a good book. I think I rated it 4 stars. So this book is about this girl who actually sees a dead woman on the side of the road in this car. She had like stopped and then like she left, and it's like been bothering her, but she doesn't want to tell anybody about it. And then she starts forgetting things, like forgetting like her pills and like all this kind of stuff. So if you like those types of books where it's kind of like unreliable narrator / amnesia type of, you know, storyline, then you might like The Breakdown. Next up, I am super excited to tell you guys, but The Dream Daughter is on Book Outlet right now, and you need to go get it before it runs out. It is only $5.51 right now on Book Outlet, and as you guys know, I loved The Dream Daughter. It is such a good book. I highly recommend it to everybody. It is a like historical fiction / alternate reality / super emotional book. Loved it. It is so good, and I just like highly suggest everyone to read it. Like it is just one of the best books I've read like since I started reading a couple years ago, and for $5.51, like that is a steal. Next up is She Was the Quiet One. This is $5.09 on Book Outlet, and this is a more like mystery thriller. It's not like super thrilling. It's definitely more mystery, and it's about these, I think they're twin girls. They're either twin girls or sisters that go to this like private college or school or something, and there's like some things that go down at the school. I did really like it. I believe I gave it 5 stars because I felt like I really liked the characters that were in it. I thought they were interesting to read about, but I know a lot of people think that this book is a little bit more on the slow side, so don't go into it thinking it's like a crazy thriller. Then another Michelle Campbell book is A Stranger on the Beach. This one is $8.32. Again, I think I rated this one 4 stars because I really like Michelle Campbell's writing style. I think that her writing is very easy to get into. Her thrillers are very easy to read, but it's not like she has like mind-blowing thrillers. So they're more like, you know, just nice mysteries for you to read. If you think that you like those types of books, then you should definitely check out either of these Michelle Campbell books. Okay, another one of my favorite books is On the Island, and this is only $6.24. This is a forbidden / taboo romance about a student and a tutor that are on this like airplane, and they crash and get like stuck on this island for years. And so it's about their like romance that starts on this island. And I really liked this book. I know that there are a couple parts in there that seem kind of unrealistic or cheesy, but I just really liked the romance, and I thought that the storyline was great because I love the little like survival aspect on there. So I highly suggest reading this one. Next up is The Girl Before, and this one was only $3.73. I read this a couple years ago, and I remember giving it like 4 stars. It was pretty good. This is about a smart house, which is actually pretty interesting, and about I think like a girl that lives there before in the smart house, and then a girl that lives there now in the smart house. And I think the girl like before had like disappeared, or I don't know, something like that. But anyway, if you like more like sci-fi thriller type of things, then I definitely suggest getting this one. Another one of my new favorite books is Saving Megan, and this one is $6.49. I actually bought this from Book Outlet just a couple months ago, and I was able to read it, and I really loved it except for the ending. That's why I gave it 4 stars, but the whole rest of the book was just amazing. This is about that Munchausen by proxy syndrome. If you like that storyline, if you like Darling Rose Gold, or you know, The Act on Hulu, then I highly suggest getting this book because it was so thrilling and good throughout the whole story, except for the end. Next up is The Test. This is $3.73. This is actually a short story, but if you like the TV show Black Mirror, then you would really like The Test. Can't really give anything up because of it's so short, but if you like that type of like, you know, a book that really makes you think, and it's kind of like a little futuristic and, you know, that type of thing, then you would like this book a lot. I believe I gave it 4 stars because it was really thrilling, but I wanted like more, which is why I didn't give it 5. I just wanted like more of the story, and I wanted you know, I wanted it to be a regular length book, like, I guess is what I'm saying. Next up is All the Beautiful Lies. This is $6.24 right now on Book Outlet, and this is a thriller slash forbidden romance. And so I really liked it because of that. I don't really want to give any of the synopsis out because I feel like you should kind of go in it without the synopsis. Peter Swanson, I don't feel like writes the most thrilling of stories. His are more like character driven, and I feel like he does give the twists a little too early, so like you get to the end and you're like, oh, okay, the twist was like 30 pages ago, got it. But I really like the forbidden romance aspect of this, and I believe I gave it 4 stars, and so I do think that this is still a good one to pick up. Next up is Sometimes I Lie, and this is $6.87. This is one of my favorite thriller books. I gave it 5 stars. This is an amnesia, unreliable narrator type of trope, so if you don't like those, obviously don't read this one. But it's about this lady who is in a coma, and she can still like hear everything that's going around her, but she can't like speak or anything. But it was so good. I remember the twist being absolutely amazing, and I think I read this in a day, like it was that good. Okay, another book that isn't necessarily my favorite. I gave it 3 stars, but I know everyone raved about it last year. It's The Passengers, and this is $7.38. If you have not read this book yet, you probably will like it unless you have like exactly the same similar taste as me. The Passengers is also more of like a futuristic Black Mirror type of vibe thing. It just wasn't as crazy and thrilling as I thought it was gonna be, which is why I didn't rate it higher than I did. Okay, next up is The First Mistake. This is $8.32 on Book Outlet. I actually do really like Sandy Jones and her writing. I gave both of her books pretty high stars. This was a 4.5 for me, and it was just a really good domestic thriller. I don't want to give anything away just because I feel like you shouldn't read the synopsis for this one. It's, you know, much better just going into it like that. So all you really need to know is that it's a good domestic thriller. What more could you want? Next up is I Know Who You Are, and this is $9.17 on Book Outlet. I liked this book. I think I gave it 4 stars. I know some people had some problems with the ending because it is kind of like a very dark, taboo ending that some people were really uncomfortable with, but I love reading uncomfortable books, so it didn't really bother me. So just make sure that you check the trigger warnings before you would purchase this book, but I really liked it. Okay, now we have Final Girls, and I know that you guys have heard about this book a lot. This is $6.02 right now on Book Outlet, and we also have The Last Time I Lied on Book Outlet. So both of these are Riley Sager books. I gave them both 5 stars, and The Last Time I Lied is $4.66. So if you have not picked up any of these Riley Sager books, then you definitely should, because they are 2 of his best books in my opinion, and I mean that's like a bargain to get these for that price. Okay, then we have Someone We Know, and this one is $7.38. I actually read this last year, I believe, for a Contemporary-a-thon, and Shari Lapina is also, in my opinion, like Michelle Campbell, where she doesn't write like super crazy thrilling books. It's more of like mystery thrillers. So this one is a domestic thriller about a murder that happens in a neighborhood and how all the neighbors are like somehow connected to it. So if you like those type of domestic thrillers, then you should definitely pick this one up. Next up is The Secret She Keeps, and this one is $4.66. I did give this 5 stars, and I believe that I have a live show somewhere about me talking about it, so if you want to hear all the spoilers about it, I can link it up here if I remember to put it there. But this book is a domestic thriller that I loved because it deals with like an infertility trope, but also like a jealousy trope, if that makes sense. So for some reason I really love reading domestic thrillers about like one woman wanting the life of like another woman. So if you like those types of stories, then definitely pick this one up. Okay, then we have Big Little Lies, which I know you've probably heard of. You've probably already read it, but if you haven't, it's only $5.31 right now on Book Outlet. And I highly suggest you getting it because it's one of the best like thriller slash contemporaries ever. Probably know there's a show made from it, and everybody raves about this book and the show, so you know, pick it up if you haven't yet. Now I have 3 books that I want to talk about that are just nonfiction books, so if you don't like nonfiction, maybe just skip this part. But we have Digital Minimalism, which is $9.17. I actually really liked this book. This is one of the reasons why I started my like social media detox, where I do it for like 24 hours a day, all because of reading this book. It really talks about, you know, just like how, you know, when notifications go off on your phone, like you just like are glued to your phone. And so if you want to like learn more about that, I highly suggest getting this book because it was a really good read for me and like opened my eyes to a lot of things. Then I have Eat Dirt, and this was $9.90 on Book Outlet, and I really like this if you're dealing with gut health. It really talks about like just how to heal your gut, and it has like a little diet plan in it, which I actually tried out a couple years ago, and I'm about to do it again this year, but I really like this book as well. And then last but not least is The Sleep Solution, and this is $6.87 on Book Outlet. I actually listened to the audiobook a couple years ago, and I really liked this. I thought it had some really good tips on how to sleep better. I really like reading any type of like self-help book that would like make me a better person. So whether it's like sleeping better, eating better, not using social media, like that's all of me, and I love that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to tell you about these because they were on Book Outlet and I've read them and enjoyed them for myself. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope this wasn't too long. I really tried to like, you know, make it fast and snippy, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want me to make another one of these in the future, maybe like 6 months in the future when I read more books that are on Book Outlet, let me know in a comment down below because I would love to make more of these. I actually really enjoyed like, you know, browsing through Book Outlet and actually writing down books that I've already read for you guys instead of just doing a haul of books that like obviously I've gotten from Book Outlet, but you know, I can't really talk much about them because I haven't read them yet, so I don't know my opinion. But don't forget, if you're doing a Book Outlet order, to use my link down below because then that makes them want to work with me more often and I can make more videos like this for you guys. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys in Wednesday's video. Bye everyone.